Good morning. Hi, I'm Chef Marilyn Doucette. And if this is your first time tuning in, you are viewing Chef Marilyn Doucette's network channel on YouTube. And I am Chef Marilyn Doucette, and my restaurant is located at the historic Farmers Market, Meals from the Heart Cafe. And today is November the 6th, and it's Friday. I don't know if there's a president yet for 2020. I've been staying away from cable news, Facebook, and anything that's going to bring all of the uncertainty into my domain, into the temple of my mind and my body and my spirit. I want to just like not deal with that until I have to really deal with it. I want to use all the tools that I have available to me to cope when stress tries to take hold, because really my kids are important, my great-grandchildren are important, my friends are important. I want them to be well. I want you to be well. So in the scheme of things, be well. If the outcome is not what you like, remember that no matter who is elected, your work is not done. Just because you voted, that's not where it stops. Oh, no, no, no. You are political. Whether you know it, admit it, like it, or not. So always remember to call your Congress people, your senators, your House of Representatives. Let them know what you like. Let them know what you don't like. Ask them questions. And you do this. It doesn't take anything. You're on Facebook all the time. Hit them up on an email. But stay engaged. Stay engaged. And then we may see fairness and equity. So, enough of the political commentary. Today, we're focused on vegan proteins again. And I decided to soak cashews, fresh cashews, to make cashew milk. So it's like, okay, do you want to make cashew milk savory? Do you want, so it's, you're going to use it for making a cream sauce, a vegan cream sauce? Yeah, that's what I want to do. And I said, no, I want something that is autumnish. We're coming into, we're in fall, and the holidays are coming through. Yay, yay, yay. And we're going to make the best of it, starting at home in the mornings when you wake up. So, cashews. This is unsalted, and it has protein. It has a lot of protein, and it has fat. So for those of you watching your diet, always be aware of fat in your diet, sugar in your diet, salt in your diet, all of that stuff. You have to determine how much is too much based on your activity and also your health. Okay, so there is also 2 grams of sugar, and we're talking in 2 ounces. Always read your labels so that you can understand nutrition better. You become better educated about this stuff, right? And you don't have to rely on people to tell you. So I started off with this. I soaked cashews for about 12 hours in the refrigerator overnight, but you don't have to really soak it for 12 hours. These are my cashews. Okay, and so I've soaked them. You can soak them for up to, like 4 or 6 hours before you're gonna grind them up. So we're gonna have to do that. It's simple. So this is 1 cup of cashew nuts, unsalted, and 3 cups of water. And I covered it, stored it in the refrigerator, let it chill out, literally, overnight. And now I'm up, and before I run out the door and do anything, I'm going to rinse these back. We're going to drain them in a strainer. I'm going to rinse them, and then we're going to come back to the blender, and we're going to blend them up, but we must add more water. Remember, this is 1 cup of cashews, 3 cups of water that they're soaking in, and I'm going to step aside and drain for a minute. And I'm also going to rinse while I'm draining. Hey, Hey, I'm back. Okay, I recommend, I don't know what type of blender you have. This blender came with my whole set of, with my food processor. So I've got a food processor, a blender, and then a juicer. So today we're going to use the blender. I would say I'm going to use a cup of water. I know that. I have 1 cup of cashews that has been soaking overnight. I just strained that water off, added a cup of fresh water, rinsed them off, and now this is a cup of fresh, clean water, cold water. And I'm gonna add the water first. I'm gonna add half of the water. Because what happens in blenders with nuts and whatever, it can lodge itself in the blades and it won't turn. So that could happen to me as I do this demonstration. Let us pray. Uh-oh, we don't want to lose a cashew. No, maybe we will. All right, so it's in water, but that's 1 cup. I'm going to add a half. And I'm going to put the lid on. It is somewhere that I move things around like crazy. Here we go. Okay, can you see that in blender? Let's move everything else. So the cashews are in the blender, and I'm going to do a pulse, and I don't want them to get lodged. Well, I'm having the same thing I had before. Okay, it needed to lock. Sorry about that. Make sure you lock your blender in place. Now, I think. So I'm doing a pulse. Even though it's on low, I can control the pulsation. Because I don't want it to get all locked up. Now, of course, you hear it's on high. You want a smooth consistency. You want it to be very smooth. Okay. And it tastes nutty and it tastes like cashews. So I'm going to rinse this spoon off and come back. Still a little nutty, so I'm going to grind it some more. So I'll let you listen to the grind while I rinse the spoon. Perfecto. So let me show you what it looks like. All right. Look at how thick and creamy that is. That's thick and creamy. Thick and creamy. But guess what? I want to make hot chocolate this morning. So it's so thick. So you could like add more water if you don't like it super thick. Man, that's beautiful. So to make hot chocolate, I'm going to use Hershey's cocoa. And this is unsweetened chocolate, okay? This is Hershey's unsweetened chocolate. And this is going to add, if I use, it's 1 tablespoon. So this is 1 teaspoon. And I'll start off with that. 1 teaspoon. You know, whenever you're making like hot chocolate, stuff like that, you know, you do it to taste, correct? So that's what I'm going to do. I've got to heat it up. Okay. Back burner on. Front burner didn't come on because I didn't turn it on. All right. But the back burner is going to move it a lot faster than I can. So I have the chocolate in the pot. And all I have to do is stir it. It is on kind of a high fire. It really is thick, y'all. And that's what makes cashew milk vegans, really good to use as a cheese sauce for macaroni and cheese, if that's what you like macaroni and cheese dish, right? This is your base, and then you would add whatever's your favorite vegan cheese, like cheddar or mozzarella or provolone, whatever's your favorite cheese. But this is going to be a thick milk. And I started off with only 1 teaspoon of chocolate. So it's not chocolatey enough for me. So I'm going to add another teaspoon. So this will be 2 teaspoons to what I would say is a half a cup, not quite, maybe 3/4 cups is what this is going to make. Okay, and notice that I'm using a whisk. I'm using a whisk. Can you see that chocolate? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay. So for my patrons at Meals from the Heart Cafe, this is a possibility to go on the menu. A possibility. It's not a big deal for our chefs to do this, right? It's not a big deal for you to do this. So we want it to get hot, but not boiling or scalding hot. So I think that it'll probably take about 5 to 7 minutes to get it to the heat consistency that I want. I don't want it too hot. Now, how you choose to sweeten your desserts, beverages, is up to you. So this coconut is a nectar. This is coconut nectar. I don't use it often. As a matter of fact, I've had it quite a while. One of the problems is, when they bottle this, they didn't take into consideration that this stuff solidifies, crystallizes, and it's hard as heck to get it out. It can't be it needs to be in a wide mouth bottle where you can just scoop it out, and it just doesn't pour because it's too thick. And there's a pour. So let's see, what I did this morning with this nectar is I put it in a pot of warm water and let it soak. But you have to be careful. This is a glass bottle. It will break, and one never knows when the glass is going to break. So the water was warm, and I just sat it in there in order to loosen up the crystals. So, and always stir your pot. I want you to see this in a minute. So I'm going to, that's why I have a long teaspoon. Can I get it in there? I can't, but I can get the other end in. In the kitchen, you learn to improvise. That's what makes you a great cook or a good cook, is that you learn to improvise. And with that being said, I don't know if you can see this coming out of the jar. I'm going for a teaspoon. That's good. And it's pretty thick, so I can add water to get the consistency that I need, because I'm making hot chocolate. Yeah. Okay. So that's heating up. I think it's going to be good. It might not be as sweet as some of you would like it, but it'll be fine for me. So it's heating up. I do not need any more chocolate. So that's really a cup of cashew milk, as I've added like another 4 ounces of water. So it made it a cup because I did not use everything that was in the blender. I only wanted to make a cup. I will refrigerate it, and I think I'll pour it over cauliflower later today for dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna pour it over cauliflower. After I add cheese to it, roast my cauliflower, and then just add it to the oven and let it roast the rest of the way. I expect this to be good. All right. It's almost at that temperature. So let's taste it and see what we got. It needs more sugar. Bye.